we're going to do an invasion now, right? And it will remind you of 10 years ago gaming, right? So come and get the quest to do an invasion.
I cannot wait to go back in time to 10 years ago gaming. This is going to be sweet.
Right. And so we got to fly out of this city. We've got 44 minutes left to get to the invasion in Azshara. But I think it might expire unless we get there.
How do I go? I have to go to...
So just literally fly up and out to the right of Orgrimmar.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Ish. Oh, there it is. Yeah, gosh, it's a big one.
Yeah, and so it's like a weird little quest that kind of spawns demons all over the place. So we're currently on stage 2, which is defeat the Legion commander.
So what's the deal with this? You have to do 5 of them before the expansion comes out to get the achievement, and you'll never get it again. Oh my god. Like the whole game literally just crashed.
That's right, you have to... Yeah. Oh, no way.
Unbelievable.
Oh, well. Okay. You're not going to miss too much. I mean,
I'm coming back.
Fine.
I'm coming back
Dark
right now.
Magus Faloreth. So this reminds me a little bit like a garrison invasion or something. It's kind of a scripted event where mobs spawn at specific places and you have a large group of people here that can kind of turn up and assist. And every stage that you assist in, you get given a small or large Legion chest based on how much you've contributed. And I just opened mine and it had a pair of eye level 700 war boots, which is slightly better than my eye level 583.
Oh wait, so you're just down here killing
greens.
stuff in Azshara and that's it. That's all you got to do.
And I just got to achieve.
Right.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
With a massive Zerg.
I mean, this isn't too bad. Like, if I was doing this by myself, I'd be like, this is pretty bad. But if you're hanging out with your friends and doing it, you know, it's like, let's just do this quick and then go play League of Legends. You're probably like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it. I don't mind.
It's kind of, exactly. It's kind of mindless. It's like, you know, and they do give you. I mean, WoW's always been this thing where it kind of, it wants you to collect everything, but it doesn't let you collect everything. So by that I mean, it says,
like,
you know,
why am I
log
still
in
in combat right now? There's literally nothing around us.
If you do like 20 invasions, then you'll get a companion pet that you can only get.
Yeah.
You know, in this thing, right? So that's the thing, or you'll get a unique armor set, you know, that you can only get here from these invasions. So World of Warcraft loves to encourage you to play their game and log in every month and log in every week and log in and do all these sometimes really grindy events in order to get things that it preys on that part of you that doesn't want to miss out on completing your collection. But then it also constantly dangles things in front of you that are ungettable, or behind a big paywall, like all the mounts that are, you know, 25 quid each or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
have you bought any
fair
of them?
enough. Like no, I'm never going to buy one of those. I refuse on principle to spend 25 quid on a mount for a game that I spend £12 a month to subscribe to.
Whoa, pardon me.
Do you know what I mean?
Holy shit, that was huge.
Wow.
God, I think
sorry.
Like some of my organs
I upset you there, obviously,
flew
with
out during that one.
my criticism. So I don't know how. I don't know. I guess like what we're getting onto now is my major problem with WoW.
The achievement rant again.
I don't feel a sense of satisfaction.
You have one of these every year because it was around this time last year. I don't know if you remember. We were streaming a bit of WoW, and you had the big achievement rant on stream.
But they have done a lot of things that do improve my WoW enjoyment though, like the removing mob tagging and stuff like that is a big one. Because the last thing you wanted was to get a quest to kill 10 dudes, go up to a base. And then there's like 2 dudes there. They're both grey. You hit them, but you don't get credit because someone else killed them. And then you have to wait around on the bodies of 8 dudes for the 8 dudes to respawn, and then you have to fight other people who are. Do you know what I mean? That is bullshit. So they've removed that at least. And I don't know. Like WoW has all these things. Like we've talked about this a little bit today, but like the head cannon that doesn't quite fit comfortably. You know, I mean, obviously, a lot of the times when you're playing a game, you do know you're playing a game, right? And WoW is a game. But the more that the game can be kind of justified in your head canon, the more immersive it is, the more enjoyable it is. For me, anyway. I feel like even like we take the piss out of this stuff, you know, and lightheartedly joke about it, but it kind of ruins the immersion of and the enjoyment for me somewhat when you're constantly given these odd anachronisms, like the mirror universe of Alliance and Horde, you know, like everyone kind of like everyone running around with an Ashbringer, or like the Demon Hunt starting area where everyone spawns and is identical. I mean, that was ridiculous.
But why did they kill off Tyrion Fordring then? Like, you know, he's like this huge character. He's important to the universe and everything.
He's not
but
he's never really been that
There was no harm in keeping him alive either. Like, what was the point of just sacrificing him?
No, but Blizzard want to kill people because they think it's edgy, and they all watch Game of Thrones. It's like, I look at the Death Knight talent tree, right? There are 2 Game of Thrones references in this talent tree. There's a talent called Winter is Coming, a talent called White Walker. There is literally... Blizzard feel like they want to be more edgy and sort of kill off characters, and they have enough characters that they can recycle a few of them. God, I would kill a lot more of the characters, actually. You know, so I think, like, you know, Tyrion is their thing to do to wow, be edgy. They've got enough characters, you know. What else are they going to do with them? They'll probably bring him back as like some fucking dragon spirit or some bullshit anyway. Do you know what I mean? There's probably like a whole quest line where the ghost or the spirit of Tyrion Fordring will like help you through a fucking instance.
What should I do?
Yeah, I mean, Christ.
Tyrion. Oh, yeah, I know.
So I don't know how I feel about it. So this is the invasion.
All right, well, listen, okay,
it's
pretty
cool.
Exciting. Shell Zul has just turned up, but listen, okay, I hear a lot of belly aching from you.
A lot of
but not a lot of suggestions for how to make it better. Peep this. I sort of mentioned it to you yesterday a little bit, but my idea, okay, for this game, like a way to like make this game something that maybe I would play a bit more of or whatever. I think that when you create a new character, okay, hear me out. You create a new character, right?
Okay. I'm bracing myself for this.
You create a new character, and you're like, you know what? I want to play WoW. I haven't played for a while or whatever. Like, I'm interested. I just died. What the fuck?
I died too. And I think he has like an AoE or
and one of the biggest problems is, you create a character and you're like, fuck, you know, I don't mind leveling or whatever sometimes, but actually, you know what? I don't really want to level again. I'd rather just be able to jump right in, not have to like pay any money to do it or whatever with a boost and stuff, and just, you know, do a bit of looking for raid or, you know, just experience some of the current content or whatever, but without having to like...
Hang on a sec. I'm going to interrupt you. There was a level 11 troll just came out, walked out of Orgrimmar. He was red to me, so I one-shot him.
Yeah, well, there's...
and now he's back.
Yeah, no, there's a whole bunch of Alliance guys here. Look, it's like Demon
No,
Hunter.
it's a troll. He's a Horde guy.
Did you accept a duel with him or something?
I shouldn't have been able to... No, he was just red somehow. I reckon it's this guy that's just looking to quest in Orgrimmar, in Azshara, like a level 11, like you would do in the level 11 zone. And he's fucking walked out of the gates of Orgrimmar, instantly gets one shot by one of the members of his own faction.
How did you manage that, though?
I have no idea. I just couldn't resist when I saw it.
We've almost done it. We've almost repelled them. Anyway,
I interrupted you totally.
I think that this game should just remove leveling altogether. I think that you shouldn't have to level from 1 to whatever it's going to be now, 110 or whatever, and play through a bunch of old, outdated expansion areas that they haven't updated or done anything with or whatever. You shouldn't have to do all that. They should just remove levels altogether. When you start a character, you should have an option if you want, I guess, to like level, you know, in case that is something that you like, sort of thing. But otherwise, you should just be maximum level, and then instead of having levels and a big leveling system and stuff like that, they should have some sort of ranks that aren't PvP ranks. They're like almost like cosmetic ranks or something like that. Similar to like the season journey stuff in Diablo, you know what I mean? Where it's like you just get a bunch of quests to go and do different things, you know? And like maybe one of your quests one day when you log in is like explore fucking Stranglethorn Vale or something like that, you know what I mean? And if you do that, you'll get 20 fucking dumb points or whatever. You know what I mean? And just keep it fresh like that. You know, every once in a while when there's an event or something, those contribute to it as well. And then you can just slowly work up some ranking system where it's like, you know what, I didn't want the level experience, but I do want people to know how.
Listen, you're 100%
how much I love to collect capes or whatever. So you know what I mean?
Blizzard love. I mean, the thing is, one of the things that's very addictive is leveling up. Okay, and what Blizzard, the leveling up process is obviously a real thing, and I don't mind it. Right, I would like to be able to just go to my Death Knight and say, make a new Death Knight level 1 or 58, whatever, and then start again. You can start again. I'd like to do the Death Knight starting area as my character, right? Maybe a time walking thing, whatever. You just go back and you do it again, and you level. And the leveling experience is fun because you slowly unlock new skills. You start off having like 2 spells, and then you have 3, and then you have 4, and then you have 5 and charge, and then you get more talents, and you play differently. It's an experience, right? So every level, you're changing your gear around, you're equipping different items. It's an enjoyable experience, okay?
Yeah.
And that is a good thing, right, for a game, because then what you do is, like exactly what you said, you basically can do whatever you want, and you get points, some sort of valor points that you can exchange for things to complete things, right? So maybe if you do the achievements for something, you get valor points that you can then spend on mounts or item sets or cosmetic heirlooms or toys or whatever, and everything in the game should be unlockable for a certain amount of points, right? Even if you weren't sure, look, maybe keep some of them secret, some of them safe, maybe some. But the thing is, people are there's going to be too much of an outcry about that, because everyone's going to say, but I worked really hard to earn my £25 paid mount, whatever. I don't want people to be able to buy that for in-game currency. That's the problem when you've set this precedent. WoW can't change, okay? It can't change because too many people are fucking crybabies that are too attached and too obsessed with everything that they've had and will whine like little bitches over the tiniest change and threaten to leave. And Blizzard will listen to them because Blizzard listened to people on the forums.
Well,
I think that we've just got to achieve European invasion. And that's actually a feat of strength. And you also get a large decent chest. You can open it. You get some. I get a fell hacker, some coalesced fell, a fell forged chest plate, and some nether shards. There you go. So you can put some blue items on.
Where did you get that from? I don't have that. Oh yeah, there it is.
In your inventory, it just gets dumped into your inventory. You might have a couple of them by now.
Honestly, though, I would totally play this a lot more if I didn't. Oh yeah, I did get some stuff. I got a fell-infused helm.
I would play this a lot more if I could actually finish some of the collections that I want to finish in a reasonable way. I do not want to grind. First of all, I don't want to pay hundreds and hundreds of pounds to buy gold, to buy a fucking Mimiron's head on the black market auction house. Okay, I don't want to do that.
Is that how much it is?
I don't want to, but
it's so fucking rare. It's still,
like millions.
You barely ever see them.
I don't want to grind old fucking instances, that I massively overlevel, where I literally one-shot old bosses, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I mean, I might run a time-walking dungeon where, a little bit like with legendaries, okay? If you want a legendary, the way I think you should do it is, if you're unlucky and you don't get it after 10 tries, those 10 tries have given you enough valor points to buy it, right? Or whatever points to buy it, right? If I've done fucking Cthulhu 50 fucking times, right, and it hasn't dropped still, I feel like I should still be given enough points to just say, okay, you've done it 50 times, here you go, right? And that it's not like they're not adding new stuff all the fucking time, right? What they should be doing is adding new stuff all the fucking time, so there's always something new and interesting to work towards, right, or to spend your money on. And it's not like there's not hundreds and hundreds of these mounts already out there. Like, for some reason, I like the idea of collecting mounts. I like the idea of collecting
similar
pets.
To
I
like
the idea of collecting toys
I like to collect cards and stuff
sets,
and have
right. I like this collections tab. I want to be able to fill it out with cool sets. I want to look cool in game. I currently look stupid because the item sets don't quite work.
You look great.
I've changed a few items around. No, but what I'm saying is, like, they've got this functionality in the game with all of these the mount tab, the appearances tab, the toy box, the heirlooms tab. It shouldn't be complicated for you to have, like, you log in every day, and it's like Diablo, and you have the daily quest, and you say, I'm just talking about my dream here, but it says go to this cool place or raid this cool dungeon, time walking style, get some of these special points that you can spend on whatever you want, whatever is your thing. You want to fucking get a fishing rod? Fucking fantastic. Here you go. This will help you with that. You know, do you want to get some bonus points? Do you want to get like a free fucking achieve that's impossible for you to get? Here you go. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it'd be good. I think it would be good. I have a feeling that maybe some of that might be on the horizon though. And I think maybe part of it is this whole, you know, with Legion coming out and the fact that you can allegedly level however you like to because everything scales to your player level sort of thing. So certain zones where normally you'd have to do them last, maybe you can start there first if you want. I don't know how like the story and everything is going to unfold for you, like depending on where you do it, but it'll be interesting to see. But I'm hoping that some of that technology can be applied back to like some, you know, especially Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms, whereby, you know, it would just be nice to get some new, fresh content. You know, they still haven't changed around anything since Cataclysm. Like, they finally fixed Stormwind, like, 2 weeks ago. They added a park, and they fixed the towers that had Deathwing's fucking claw marks on it.
You can see how it would take a long time in like a gigantic... Because they're terrified of fucking everything up. You know, they are actually shitting themselves when they don't want to fuck up this game.
Take Pandaria out, because I don't give a shit about Pandaria at all. Like, the whole thing started as like a fucking joke anyway. Take all that shit out and just make like the old world better. Serious. Just spend the time doing that. Like, you know... Don't need to go to like a new fucking island every time there's an expansion.
No, but I think there is a lot of good content to do out there in the world. There's a lot of fun quests that you do once, then you forget about, right? Imagine they send you to fucking Deepholm to kill some fucking cave spiders. They send you to fucking Vashir.
I don't want to go to
Deepholm
again.
Something underwater.
I don't want to go to Vashir either.
Whatever.
Jeez.
Well, listen, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter because that's only one day in 365.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, there's so many quests in the game that literally they could just say, okay, today we're going to make this little quest chain here, you know, the daily quest chain. It will take you, you know, half an hour or however long.
That'd be good.
You know, like one of the main reasons that daily dungeons used to be so popular was because they were guaranteed 25 to 30 minute run. People knew where they stood.
Yeah.
They didn't want to contribute, like, you know, they didn't want to commit like 2 hours to them. Yeah. You know. Anyway, so you can spend your nether shards on
I don't
sets,
have enough,
you can't
so you don't get enough from the first one, so you have to do like 2 or 3 more of those things before you can get anything decent. Do you want to do another? Like, now that you've done one and you got the feat of strength, stand against the Legion. What does that actually give you?
Well, I mean, do you know what? It's not bad for me because this is a fresh level 100 Death Knight that
so you're getting gear and stuff.
This Death Knight was not. I didn't boost this Death Knight to level 100. I leveled it to level 100. Right. And so therefore it's only really got quest greens. So I'm going to get a lot of nice, you know, level 700 blues. So this thing here, I have a Fell Hacker stage 1 of 6. Fuck me. So I mean, I don't know what that means. I like that. I like that.
Oh, you got to upgrade it with Valor tokens. So you got to do.
Yeah, and I think there's also a thing you can buy. Here you go. A Coalesced Fell. Infuse a Legion invasion with a greater power up to item level 725. So let's do that. And then I'll equip that. But I like that mechanic. Now I do miss actually gems. I miss gems. I miss like enchanting all sorts of stuff. I miss some of the ways you could really customize your gear.
Yeah, they've taken a lot of that out.
I think they literally took gems out, which I don't know. I liked gems.
Well, they made them not as important because I think they took all the. Was it the primary stats that they took off of them?
I mean,
or they made them just primary stats? I'm not sure.
A single gem slot anywhere on any of my gear. They made it so items would randomly sometimes spawn with a gem slot, and you could put a gem in there. Yeah. But do you remember, like back in the day, man, it was nice having putting spinels, crimson spinels in your gear.
And you actually had to have, you know, there was bonuses for which professions you had and stuff. You could min-max through professions. Cool.
And reforging was a thing. Is that still a thing? Maybe
reforging's all gone, I think.
I think that's because they removed a lot of the caps.
Well, they just took all the complexity out of gear because they realized that people were just spending hours after a raid, you know, agonizing over, you know, a point on a gem or something.
Wasn't super rewarding. No, I guess that's not a good example of good design then. But yeah,
it's a weird one. But yeah, I mean, again, I like this game, and I'm excited for Legion, and I'll play it when it comes out. But I don't know. I wish I felt like playing WoW more than I do. You know, I wish it was one of those things where just everything was tip top, and I logged in every day and did a couple of bits and pieces. You know, in between like major content, you know, if you've already cleared the raid of the day or whatever, and you've leveled and you've done everything, it would just be nice to log in, have a couple of things to do, maybe some direction with those things to do, accumulate some points or something that could go towards getting some shit.
So sorry, I just realised this is so you have to spend 150 nether shards. I got 33 off that invasion, so that's let's say that's 5 invasions. So if I do 5 invasions, that gives me 1 coalesced fell. 1 coalesced fell, I need to use 5 of them on each blue weapon to get the blue weapon to eye level 725.
Oh.
I mean, shit, so I need to do 25 invasions, I guess get them out of chests, which I did, I guess. So maybe they'll be...
So when's the next invasion? Because they're on a timed thing, right? Like
exactly, so there isn't any at the moment. And then there aren't any. There's one in the Eastern Kingdoms at Westfall with 23 minutes left, so you can go to the other continent and do one there if you want. But they're very infrequent at the moment. But they will be like ramping up. So apparently they get 300% ramped up at the end. So in like 2 weeks' time, just before Legion hits, they'll be all over the place. So you can be fully into, but only certain zones get invaded. I think there's only like 8 or 9 zones that have invasions, or maybe even like less than that, like 6 or 7. And so they're like the scripted garrison events, if you like. But man, one of the things that I did see actually on the Alliance Broken Shore quest line was that the reason that Valerian and that have to run away is because they summon literally like all of the baddest asses.
The baddest asses. We have summoned together today every single baddest ass you've ever known.
Do you remember, they had all of the Jaraxxus and everything.
Was Jaraxxus there?
That was super cool. Wasn't Jaraxxus there yesterday when we were playing?
No, there was a dude that looked like Jaraxxus, but it wasn't. Jaraxxus is dead.
Literally, real Jaraxxus was there.
No, he's dead, man.
Yeah.
We killed him, remember?
No, he was... No. Like, there was I don't think he is dead,
He died in the tournament, remember?
No, but I don't think they do die. I think they just go back to Twisting Nether and then they respawn.
Oh, come on, really?
Yeah, I think I saw him in the pre-quest. I think I saw a bunch of...
What's the point then?
I think I saw a bunch of guys.
Why don't we just kidnap him and make him the war chief, and then we wouldn't ever have to worry? He wouldn't die.
About him dying again? Yeah, good fucking suggestion, Sips. All right, we're gonna leave it here with our WoW rant. Hopefully, this was something that you didn't hate. I don't know. We feel very strongly about this game, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we've invested a lot of time into it and enjoyed it.
No other
very
game
much.
Triggers us and makes us kind of this sense. No other game. It's weird. No other game instills this kind of
weird,
when
we get together, we can have
passion.
2-3 hour conversations about WoW easy.
It's
not even
totally
break
a blend of love and hate as well.
Yeah.
It's one of these love-hate things where we fucking love to play even though we kind of hate it at the same time.
It's really weird, isn't it? Yeah. I feel like that about a lot of Blizzard games these days, actually. Like, something compels me to keep playing them, but actually I feel like I fucking hate them. Like, they don't make me feel good.
Me too with Hearthstone. 100%
they make me feel salty
and
just like my soul is being sucked out of my asshole and everything, but I keep coming back.
It's like a cigarette, I hate it, but I find myself just putting it in my hand and smoking it.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I can't help it.
Maybe like something's got to change. Maybe 2017 just got to find some games that make me feel good instead of ones that just leave me feeling.
Games that make me feel
good. Leave me feeling like shit. God. Nice, eh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who would have ever thought we'd get to this point in gaming, eh? Jeez.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure we will.
Holy crap. Right, take care, everyone.
Lots of love.
And we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.